All your life, you've sought to command your own fate. But today you are ready.
There are different magics and worlds in play here in George's universe. And Alice has been a bit of a guide for Daemon and has made episode 3 when he showed up at the castle. We wanted Daemon to have this final experience that was undeniable.
Definitely wanted to tie what Daemon sees to Game of Thrones because she is a descendant of Daemon and Rhaenyra. And so what he ends up seeing is that he's just this tiny piece of this massive story and that you would gain an entirely different perspective.
This vision brings Daemon into the story of Fire and Ice and takes him to his death. And after his death, it shows him that if he continues to only think of himself, great loss will be had. And then he sees a hope who it is.
I was like, come on, that's cool.
Even though Rhaenyra and Daemon are not going to save the realm from the White Walkers, their act...
You know your part.
To evolve from the character that stormed out of Dragonstone in episode 2. We had to see Daemon go through all of his trials and tribulations, and Rhaenyra not knowing what Daemon is going to do. And you believe he is, Alice tells him.
He sees Rhaenyra on the throne, and I think it gives him the, I serve you and I'm yours.
And it's not that everything's been resolved, but Daemon realizes that his job is to facilitate Rhaenyra getting to the throne. This wasn't trying to punish him. And so he's able to let go of his anger at Rhaenyra, just sort of let everything go and let's go do this together. I'm on your team. She wasn't sure throughout the entire season if he was going to try to set himself meaningful.
We fight for our queen!
Will you see it through and make your sacrifice? A son for a son.
Between meeting number 1 and meeting number 2. And I think both of them brought them back around to a place where they're wondering what the cost of all this is for.
It's treason. If Aemond found out, head on a spike. But it's also to look Rhaenyra in the eye as my rawest self. This is me shedding whatever power or queenly status I had. I was wrong, take it. I don't want anything to do with it, I'm done. She's had this journey of self-actualization and she's got a lot of power within her and I think she feels much more capable.
It's funny to be offered a huge gift at the point where you think you already have what you need.
The climax of that scene is Rhaenyra ever have done before. So I think that causes her to really believe what Alicent is saying. Rhaenyra has these new dragon riders she could probably win this war herself. And then she's sort of given this back door by Alicent. And so I think we leave season 2 with Rhaenyra.
It's such a beautiful scene and so wonderfully written by Sarah, wonderfully performed by Em and Olivia Force.
There's so much in play. There are armies, there are dragons, there's 2 women trying to figure it out.
The Lannisters are arriving in the Riverlands. The Winter Wolves are coming from the north. The Triarchy sail back out to sea. Daemon has his army in the Riverland on his dragon. The Blue Queen is now flying in support of it. We find Otto in this cell somewhere, and we don't know quite where he is or what happened to him.
Rhaena discovers a dragon, and there is Aegon.
Larys and Aegon basically escaped King's Landing because shit's about to hit the fan.
It's just a reminder and similar to Daemon's vision, where you're seeing the things that are all going to come to play a part in the whole story.
3 is clearly going to be about total war.
I think Team Black are in ascendancy.
A desperate Aemond is a dangerous Aemond.
I will never, ever concede.
The whole thing is just so volatile.
Baela's going to do whatever it takes, whatever it comes down to, she's prepared to do.
She has the better hand and an inevitably positive shot at the throne.
The pendulum could swing the other way very quickly. We shall see who the last man standing is.